Hi everyone, welcome back to my sewing studio. Today I want to talk about something that's a little bit confusing for people sometimes, and that is the weight of the fabric and how to know what that is. So we are going to talk about GSM, grams per square meter, and we are going to talk about ounces per square yard, and then ounces per linear yard, what all those terms mean and how to compare them. So when you go to buy fabric, you are actually buying the fabric. You're getting the weight that you want and that you need, and you're not going to have any surprises when your fabric arrives in the mail. First, let me introduce myself. I am Lisa, the owner and designer behind Pink Hollybush Patterns, a line of patterns for children's garments, most of which include an option for smocking and most of which are designed for knits. And so today I'm really focusing in on those knits for you because it is especially important to understand the weight when you're ordering a knit, and especially if you have to order one online, you can't feel it, right? So a couple weeks ago, I did a video on 9 tips to help you order fabric online. Of course, I will link to that video up above and down below. And but one of those tips that I gave you was to pay attention to the GSM. And as I mentioned, this is especially important with knits because unlike woven fabrics, the name of the knit seldom gives you a clue to the weight, okay? If you are purchasing a lawn, for example, a woven lawn, you know that's not going to be heavy. It's going to be a lightweight fabric, right? If you're the same thing, if you're purchasing a batiste, you know that. In the world of knits, a knit jersey can be tissue thin and it can be a sweater knit with all in between. So when you're buying a knit fabric, it is especially important to know what weight you're ordering, okay? And the way you know that, usually, hopefully, the description will give you either the GSM, grams per square meter, or it will give you ounces per square yard. So let's talk about what those are and then kind of the tricky points in between. So grams per square meter is the easy one. It's the one that we hope they always use because it's just very clear forward. GSM, grams per square meter. What does that mean? It is a meter of fabric that is 1 meter wide by the length of 1 meter. And then what is the weight of that square of fabric in grams. And so whenever you're looking at different GSMs, you know exactly what you're getting and what you're looking at. And so how is this helpful? For example, if you watch me for any time, you know that I love to pleat and smock knit fabrics, and I'd like to work with a GSM between 175 and 220. That is the magic sweet spot. And most cotton spandex jerseys that are out there fall within that range. A lot of interlocks fall within that range. If you can find a cotton interlock, it's getting harder and harder, I know, but that's a great range. But there are cotton interlocks that are quite a bit heavier than that. They're not as popular, but I did have a customer in one of my classes one time that she had found a 300 GSM. Well, she was breaking pleater needles and it wouldn't pleat up nicely for her when she could get it through the pleater. And the problem was that it was too heavy. So right? But we didn't pick up on that or realize that until she was having trouble with it. So that's why it's really helpful to be able, when you look at that fabric description, to see what the weight is. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes instead of being in GSM, it will be in ounces per square yard. And what does that mean? Well, that's a square of fabric that is 1 yard wide by 1 yard in length, and then how much it weighs in ounces. And going back and forth between those two is very simple. You can Google it if you like. There's converters online, but also in the Enjoying the World of Knits book, I have a whole chart for you that gives typical examples of what fabrics fall within what weight, and also gives you the GSM compared to the ounces per square yard. Now, I said there was a little trick to all of this, because of course there always has to be a little complication in here. And the complication is that sometimes the fabric store will give you the weight in ounces per linear yard. And if it isn't specified, if it doesn't say square yard, or if it isn't yard with that little 2 up above it so that you know it's square yard, it's often ounces per linear yard. So what is that? Well, that is the length, 1 yard of fabric, but it's the width of whatever width that particular fabric, what the roll comes in. So 42, 45, 55, 60, 63, whatever that particular fabric, the width of the roll is, that's what they're using. And when they do that, that's where it's confusing, because right now you're not comparing apples to apples. So what do you do if you see it's the weight that's given that fabric description is per linear yard? Well, there is a formula. Let me give it to you. Put it up here as well. You take the number they gave you, the ounces per linear yard, you multiply it by 36, and then you divide it by the width of the fabric. So the 42 or the 55 or the 60, hopefully the description will give you that. It should, right? Almost always they do that for you. And then that will give you the ounces per square yard, which you then can compare either using the table in the knit book or just your sense of what weight you want. Okay. To help you even further, if you have not grabbed a copy, I do have a free PDF that you can download that lets you track this. Okay, so it's for a free swatch book. You can grab that below. The link is there. One of the things that you can start doing, again, I recommended in the 9 tips to purchasing fabric online, is just start developing for yourself a sense of what weight fabric do I want, what weight fabric works well in different types of projects. And the best way to do that is to record that information when you buy a piece, you buy some fabric, and then to keep a swatch book that you can look back later, right? Because if you make that adorable dress for your granddaughter out of this particular knit cotton jersey, and you've recorded that it was a 220 and it turned out lovely, a year from now, when you go to want to make that pattern again, or something similar, and you want a similar weight fabric, you can look back at your swatch book. You can see, oh, I made that out of a knit that was a 220. I want to go find another knit that's right around that. I don't want to use a knit that's 160. There are knits out there that are that's going to be more lightweight, thinner, won't have the same drape or the same heft to it. Lets you make those decisions. So I hope this has helped clarify the difference between GSM knits per square meter. Grab the free swatch book below. You will also find the link to the Enjoying the World of Knits book if you would like some more help with understanding knits and how they work together. And happy sewing.